everyone, my name's Laura and this is my channel, So Very Laura. Welcome here if it's your first time here, and welcome back if you're an existing subscriber. You're all very welcome. So in today's vlog, I'm going to talk to you about my plans for my transformation challenge for the Busy Bee Sewing Challenge. So if you've not seen this challenge before, it's loosely based on the television programme The Great British Sewing Bee, and our challenge has been dreamt up by Sam, who is Sequingirlie Creates, and Christine, the Gemini Stitcher. So last month, the 8 of us who are participating, which includes myself, Christine and Sam and 5 other ladies, all did a pattern challenge where we each gifted one other person a pattern and then they made it up. So I'll link my vlogs on my experiences with that below as well. But as in the Great British Sewing Bee, for month number 2, we're all doing a transformation challenge, and we have been asked to base our transformation on one of the challenges that the competitors had to do in the last series. So Christine has very kindly created a more practical list of challenges for us to undertake. So for example, if you've seen the series, the last one, they had to create an outfit out of kind of party decorations and things. So there were people wrapping their mannequin in bunting and stuff, and Christine has changed that into change a party dress into everyday wear, because ain't nobody really wants to wear paper bunting, I don't think. So yeah, but one of the challenges is to take an old jacket and to transform it into a bag. And I think actually a few of us have picked this, probably all quite independently. I've had this jacket a little while, bought it probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I will spin you round so that you can see better the jacket as is modelled by Olivia. So hold on a moment and I will find a better camera angle. Okay, so hopefully you can see most of the jacket as modelled by Olivia. So if I just, sorry, bear with me, I'll just tilt it up very slightly. You can see that this jacket has a kind of roundish neck collar, no lapels. It's a quilted jacket and it's got these lovely Presteds down it, and pale blue bias binding down the edge of it's kind of a navy. It looks different in different lights actually. Sometimes it looks greeny. So it's a single piece of fabric. It's not lined, but the inside of the jacket is also so it's quilted all the way through. But as you can see, it's got this floral pattern on it. Hopefully I'll bring the camera a bit further forward. Sorry, there we go. So you can see it's got this lovely floral pattern on the inside, and I thought that would look really good in a bag, because I can hopefully play around with the plain side of the fabric and the floral side of the fabric to good effect, so it makes it a bit more interesting. And I'd also hope that I can maybe make some use of the bias binding and of the Presteds. And if I just move the camera down a tiny bit, sorry, hope you're not getting motion sickness, there we go, you'll see it's got pockets on the front as well, so I might be able to make some use of those. There we go, put you back to me now. Yeah, it's not in absolutely pristine condition. There's a couple of little pulls on it, but I can cut around those, I'm sure. So yeah, I thought that that would make quite a nice bag. So before I go any further, I must just have a quick sip of tea. I'm really sorry if I sound a bit croaky. I've had the most appalling cold, which started the night that I filmed my last vlog and has gone on ever since. And I've been off work, and finally managed to get out of bed at lunchtime today. So yeah, that's it. So if you think I sound a bit squeaky and I look a bit pale, that's why. So yeah, I thought that that would make a nice bag. So what have I decided to make? Well, I thought that it might be a nice idea, since this is a transformation and an upcycling challenge, to try not to buy a bag pattern. And so what I've been doing is searching out free bag patterns on the internet. And I saw a really useful video by someone called Deb Jameson. So I'll link to that vlog below, which talks about 15 free patterns that you can find on the internet for bags. And she actually owns a bag making hardware shop. But as she says, the free bag patterns are really good if you are not sure if you want to get into bag making or not. So I'll link that down below, because I found it actually really quite interesting, and it cheered me up no end while I was sat in bed yesterday with my lamb sip. So one of the patterns that I'm going to mention today comes from the recommendations in her vlog. But the other one, because this fabric is actually quilted, I'll take it off Olivia and just show you again a bit more close up. It's a size large, so size for UK, it is a size 18 to 20, for the US 14 to 16. So there's a reasonable amount of fabric in it. So yeah, you can see. But because it is pre-quilted, it's not hugely thick, the fabric, but you can definitely feel the wadding between the two sides of the fabric. I also googled bags made out of quilted fabric, and I found a tutorial on YouTube to make a backpack out of quilted fabric. So that was also something that I looked at, and I will link the vlog for that down below. And that looks really good, actually. So obviously the benefit is it's pre-quilted, so you don't have to worry too much about interfacing and too much about wadding, because it's already in there. And it was quite a nice, neat backpack. So it had a zip pocket on the front, and then you had a flap that you could put over. And I'd sort of thought, well, I could have maybe done that with the poppers instead of a zip. And then you could create your straps out of the fabric as well. But for that, I would have needed to order certainly some sliders to adjust the length of the straps for the backpack, and possibly some D-rings. I do have some D-rings, because when I did my jacket collaboration with the lovely Jess from So What If I Sew, which we completed about a year ago, I think now, I made mine out of an old curtain, so I'll pop a pic of that in up here. And I also got the curtain tie backs, and they had D-rings in the ends that you can use to hook onto the wall to keep the curtains back. So I had got some D-rings. They might have been a bit big, I'm not sure. But yeah, I would have had to get some hardware for that. And I have had a look in my local haberdashery, and I can't find any. And rather than messing around waiting to get some on mail order, particularly when I'm not going to be at home for the next few days, I thought that I would not do that one for now. But I have to say, it does look really good, and I'd be quite tempted to maybe get hold of some quilting fabric and give it a go at some point. So that sent me back to the other option that I was looking at, and this is a free pattern from a company called Swoon Patterns, which also do paid patterns as well, but they do have quite a few free patterns, so I'll pop the link down to them below. And this is the Ethel tote bag. So I've printed it out. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able... Oh, that looks like it's coming up quite nicely, actually. But I will put a picture in as well. So this is the Ethel tote bag. And I quite like it because, as Deb says on the vlog, it's it's quite interesting because it's not completely straight sides. It tapers in. So, and you can see it's not huge. It's 13 inches wide, 10 inches tall and 5 inches deep. So what do you need to make the bag? Well, you need 2/3 of a yard of 44-inch wide quilting weight exterior fabric. And when it says quilting weight, it doesn't mean quilted. I think it means quilting cotton. And then 3/4 of a yard 44-inch wide quilting weight lining fabric, because I think it's got more pockets on the inside than it has on the outside, and that's why it suggests that you need more of the lining fabric. And then it says you need fusible foam interfacing, which is what goes on the outsides of the bag, because obviously it's got the lining as well, so it goes on the outside pieces, apart from the bottom panel, which has stabilizer on the bottom, and also you don't put it on the handles and you don't put it on the pockets. So I've got some stabilizer because I made my little sewing caddy, which I'll pop a pic in there, and I am going to take a bit of a punt, and I'm not going to bother to put foam interfacing on the outsides or interfacing on the inside. So what I will try and do, hopefully, is cut this so that I do have a lining. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get lining and exterior out of this bag, but I'll just flip them around so that we've got different colours. That's the plan. If I can't get the lining or all of the lining out of this as well, although I think it's easy to forget, and I always forget this when I'm knitting, there's actually quite a lot of fabric in a sleeve, so hopefully I will be able to get everything out of it. But if not, I will, I'm sure, have something in my stash that will go with it that I could use as lining, and then if I do end up just using quilting cotton as lining, then I will interface it, obviously. But fingers crossed, I should be able to get everything out of it. So that's my plan, and I will be back on the 28th, I think it is, of August to show you my finished bag. That's when we will all be back to show you our various transformations. So I don't think everybody's doing the jacket. I know I'm not the only one, but I don't think everybody is. So please do check out all our vlogs on 28th of August, because I'm really looking forward to seeing what everybody else is doing. And we've got a chat group going on Instagram, which is great because we can all have chats about what we think we can and can't do within our own informal rules, and it's been such fun to take part. So thank you so much for watching. I really apologise for my squeaky voice because of my cold, and just to let you know, if you're wondering what I'm wearing, it's a ready-to-wear dress with a shirt top from my local garden centre actually, but it's just massively comfy. So that's what I've got on today. So thank you all for watching, and also I'd like to say thank you to all my lovely new subscribers who've joined me recently. It's great to have you along, and I will be back on the 28th certainly with my reveal for this, but hopefully also with a plans vlog in the not too distant future, because I'm back from my mum's in the middle of next week, so hopefully I'll get a chance to have a think about what other things I will be sewing up soon then. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.